The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official, who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar, standing at the end of the stage.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements being celebrated on this occasion. Please take your seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll just give me a moment. Apologies. Members of Council, members of Executive Management, representatives from our colleges, all our members of staff, the spouses of our members of staff, our graduates, our diplomandi, our graduates, our diplomandi, all your family members, good evening. Welcome to the University of South Africa. I seem to have found my table of precedents. I welcome you this evening. It is an honor and a privilege to officiate this ceremony today. UNISA was founded in 1873. On the 26th of June 2025, we are going to turn 152 years. A round of applause, please. UNISA is the largest comprehensive open-distance e-learning institution in Southern Africa. In gifting to the world open-distance e-learning, we have learned true life stories over the past century. From our humble beginnings in 1873, we have learned to believe it's never too late to start. We never stop learning, nor do we halt the process of continuously evolving. We've instilled the principle of empowering for the future in everyone who has graduated through our prospectus and our modules. In global rankings, UNISA is among the top 740 universities internationally. Locally, in our country, we are ranked in the top 8 universities. Times Higher Education, yes, indeed. Times Higher Education University Impact Rankings recognize UNISA in the top 6 of our global contributions in research and education. We are a global university that nurtures national and international partnerships. Partnership building is crucial in UNISA to enhance our visibility and international presence. Our collaborations facilitate knowledge exchange and open doors for joint research and student exchanges, amongst other benefits. We are thrilled to celebrate you in your next qualification with us, exploring how UNISA's global and strategic positioning catapults you to even higher success. So we look forward to seeing you here again. We want to celebrate you today because you are amongst the brightest and the best in our country and in the world. Socrates said, "The secret of change is to focus your energy not on fixing the old, but on building the new." Our world has undergone profound transformation. We have moved from a VUCA world, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, and evolved to a bunny world. And now we are in a rat world, where we are resilient, attentive, we adapt, and we are transparent. So therefore, change is always present in this age of chaos that we live in. This time, now, and many other moments still ahead for you, you can be sure that change is the most common denominator. This change you are going through now, what is next for you? I ask myself. Transitioning from student to graduate, changing gears and moving to the next phase of your career, of your life, what is your next endeavor? You've worked hard, you've sacrificed to get here. And so this evening, please savor this moment. It is for you. It is all about you. Congratulations. Please let's enjoy the ceremony. I now request Prof. G. Davi to deliver the Chancellor's address.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, esteemed colleagues, proud families, friends, and our special graduates, good evening to everybody. This ceremony is being streamed to YouTube, so a special word of welcome to our guests joining us online. Get ready to share the world with a superintelligence. This is the famous author Y.N. Harari in an interview with Wired magazine this year. What does that mean, and how did we get here? Let's go back to the beginning. We're in the 1950s. This is just a few years after the first ever built computer. I think that was 1946, the ENIAC or something. I say built, since an eccentric genius named Charles Babbage had actually designed a mechanical universal computer, like with little bits of metal, but it was never built. They tried to build it, but the parts were simply too small and complicated. He died very frustrated. Computers could barely do anything. A bit was represented by a whole vacuum tube, so a vacuum tube like this big. Alan Turing, a strange and enigmatic mathematician, then already wonders what would force us to accept that a machine is intelligent. Turing thinks up the Turing test. He didn't call it the Turing test, he was not vain. He called it the imitation game, which is very descriptive. So what will be a fair test for a machine to be intelligent? He envisions us talking to such a candidate machine to decide. Think about it carefully, that's not a bad start. Turing knew that we are very speciesist when it comes to intelligence. We think only humans are intelligent. We also have a body bias, so we think intelligent things must look like us. To help neutralize these biases, he decided he would have a text. He would design it with a text conversation. So it's all a thought experiment. These machines were nowhere near this. As part of the experiment, we also text with a human. So you're alone in a room, texting with a machine and a human in another room. You must decide which of those is human. If you cannot decide who is human and who is machine, then the machine passes the test, and we are forced to see it as intelligent. If you try to think of an alternative test for intelligence, this one is actually very good. Turing gave samples of such conversations to show how tough we could make these questions to the machine. Alan Turing was not a funny guy, but the sample is funny. So the question is, in the first line of your sonnet, which reads, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Would not a spring day do as well or better?" That's a famous poem by Shakespeare. The machine says it wouldn't scan. So the machine is really snarky. Question is, how about a winter's day? That would scan all right. And the machine says, yes, but nobody wants to be compared to a winter's day. And the question is, would you say Mr. Pickwick reminded you of Christmas? So I didn't know, but Mr. Pickwick is a character in a novel by Charles Dickens. The machine says, in a way. The question is, yet Christmas is a winter's day, and I do not think Mr. Pickwick would mind the comparison, in other words, being like Christmas, a winter's day. And the machine says, I don't think you're serious. By a winter's day, one means a typical winter's day, rather than a special one like Christmas. It's so subtle. So paraphrasing the machine is like, really? Idiot. That's basically what the machine is telling the question. So when we think about this, it's a very strange test. We are asking a machine to prove its intelligence by pretending to be a human. I can imagine a machine being intelligent without being able to do this, but certainly, if you can successfully pretend to be a human to another human, you must be intelligent. Why? Because, as we saw in the Turing sample, this test is tough. You can ask the machine anything. What did you have for breakfast? Do you ever get headaches? What do they feel like? How does sand feel under your feet? Who was your first crush? How did they make you feel? These questions are so human, and the machine must be able to pass this kind of question. We carry so much implicit world and inner knowledge that such a machine would have to fake. A crucial point is that we are testing the machine intelligence by its capability to deceive. And ironically, this has become the AI safety issue and will determine how it all goes from here for us. The idea of any machine passing the Turing test seemed a mere fantasy, confined to sci-fi movies and TV, or Star Trek and that kind of thing. And then something happened. That something was ChatGPT. And if any family or friends do not know what ChatGPT is, just ask your graduate. They will tell. And according to at least one serious academic paper in the prestigious journal Nature, it's one of the top science journals, the miracle has happened and the Turing test has been passed by GPT 4.5. This is momentous if you think about it. So the next stated goal of the AI community is artificial general intelligence. So general intelligence means what it says. So like us, we're kind of generally intelligent, not like Excel or a calculator that is really good in a narrow domain of tasks. So artificial, but like our kind of intelligence. So if you've worked with ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, it's very clear that they know more than us about almost everything and have passed the Turing test. But according to the AI industry, this somehow is not yet artificial general intelligence, which I have no idea how they get that. Anyway, let's now get to the grand goal, superintelligence. So what is that? Superintelligence is better than any of us at everything. Better than any of us at everything. What is the timeline for superintelligence? This decade. Even 2027. The website AI 2027, which I urge you to read, sketches the path to a superintelligence. The authors, Daniel Kokataljo, Eli Lefland, Thomas Larson, and Romeo Dean, are all AI experts. AI and its future is what they think about all the time. Lefland is number one on the RAND Forecasting Initiative all-time leaderboard. That just means he's really good at making predictions about AI. And Scott Alexander, a well-known Substack blogger, I strongly recommend you read him. He's terrific. Wrote up their findings. He's very witty. Their vision is pretty scary. If you're more of an optimist, you can read the website Machines of Loving Grace. This is from a poem about us being looked after by machines of loving grace, by Anthropic co-founder Dario Amodei. Anthropic is the company that runs Claude. It's like a GPT competition. A lot of people think Claude is better. What do we do while we are still making the decisions and doing the work? Embrace it. You cannot stop it. It's too late. So use it in your everyday, use it in your day-to-day activities, for your work, of course, but also for everything else. But do not pretend it's you. Credit it and do not use it for exams. Follow the developments. There is new useful technology every week. 2 days ago, I discovered a programming app called Windsurf. It is so good that despite GPT being so good at programming, OpenAI is going to pay $3 billion for that app. It can be easier to digest if you follow someone who follows useful developments, someone like Jeremy Kaplan. Okay, and once the machines take over, will this be like in the Terminator movies? Perhaps, but we can hope. There are two crucial points, and those are both wonderfully treated in the New Yorker magazine. Let me just interject to plug the New Yorker. Whenever I search some concept or issue, the most thoughtful and well-written article about it was always in the New Yorker. It is the best graduate present you could get, and it will make you enjoy reading and thinking again. It is expensive, so ask for a subscription as a graduation present. The first article by D. Graham Burnett, who teaches history of science at Princeton and is co-founder of the director of the Strother School of Radical Attention, essentially says that whatever machines can do, which might be everything soon, machines cannot be us. So let's do that and nurture our attention and where we put it. Being us and our attention, this is our essence. This is strongly related to ancient spiritual traditions which emphasize training in concentration to obtain insight into our true nature. This leads me to my second piece of advice. Meditate. Start meditating, even if you start with 10 minutes a day. The second article by the editor of the New Yorker, David Remnick, argues that we are going to have to take, in quotes, our minds to the gym, since all intellectual work will be outsourced to machines. Now, one such concentrated form of mind exercise could be puzzles, like Wordle, Sudoku, crosswords, or riddles. In my opinion, riddles are the most satisfying, but a bit scary. I'm a mathematician, so I expect myself to be able to solve them, so when I can't, I feel really dumb, but it makes up for it when I can. So I will close with a classic riddle for when the machines take over and you need to keep your mind sharp. You're given custody of a wolf, a sheep, and a cabbage. And if you know this, don't let anyone in on the secret. If the wolf and sheep are left unattended, the wolf will eat the sheep. If the sheep and cabbage are left unattended, the sheep will eat the cabbage. You must get them all to the other side of the river. The boat is small, so there's only place for you and one of them. So, for example, you cannot take the cabbage over first because in your absence, the wolf will eat the sheep. You can do as many trips as you like. Don't think of this while you're walking onto the stage. This is your night, and celebrations like these are rare and special. Sometimes one doesn't realize it at the time, but they really are. Enjoy every moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Davey, for challenging us in this world with super intelligence, where the machines have passed the Turing test. What I really enjoyed about your talk is that machines cannot be us, and so we should focus on doing us. If you tell me the secret to the riddle, I promise I won't tell anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, may I kindly request you to not leave the hall before the end of the ceremony. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program, and I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Amos Wutawunashi receives the degree of Master of Arts.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Lebogang Mavis Tefu receives the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours in the College of Science, Engineering and Technology.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Thokozile Gertrude Mabunza. Masihu Lina Malachi. Nakedi Thomas Masekela. Tembekile Mdluli. Andrew Moses Phillips. Marupi Uraya Sitata.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours. La Roche Bieki Simon. Musawenko si Tolani Mabena. Musengi Georgina Mashava. Ephraim Khulukile Maringa. Eunice Matseme. Chipumuro Nesengani. Alexandri Neyman. Shelley Nyavane. Mone Ostiesen. Asipe Radebe. Nkele Debra Sibula. Nkonga Joyce Chiswaka. Ntombozine Vatiana.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. Tandeka Charity Lavisa. Mweketi Samuel Mabefu. Olona Aluluto Majikijela. Malisela Alfred Makafula. Vernon Linda Makomboti. Hunzukani Petunia Maluleke. Macy Miriam Mkabela. Levi Kagiso Moate. Tapelo Peace Mohale. Letlohonolo Rosina Mokwena. Mendi Maliho Mulepo. Tumiso Mulatelo Mutalauta. Ntando yenkosi Singobile Moyana. Violet Nonyani. Elizabeth Murungwa Ramela. Go itebetswe tsholofelo sekgwatle. Palisa Selapa. Michelle Senior receives the degree with distinction. Tandiwe Patricia Sibanda. Mfundo Sibene. Buitumelo Sikwe. Difelani Sylvia Sipei receives the degree with distinction. Tinyiko Siwela. Molin Malipala Tema. Pumelele Chabalala obtains the degree with distinction. Nomafanelo Andi Swazondi receives the degree with distinction. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receives the degree of Bachelor of Information Science Honours. Moses Nkoketseng Murwani. Franz Mweke Mutimele. Matemana Ria Mtimkulu. Raisibe Surprise Pukube. Bianca Macado Ribeiro. Metusi Chala.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received degree Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Kazati Yakin Bukasa. Just watch. Stand there. Eunice Makabele Bongani. Retabile Malati. Regina Nawe Taki. Palisa Kabelo Khadebe. Penelope Lebohang Sima. Just watch the camera. Tafazwa Shaba Emily. Just consider them. Katutselo Chauba.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours. Haibo. Vangile Koli Gwebu. Nobuhle Happiness Lutuli. Tandi Elsie Mabena. Zama Virginia Madonsela. Relebeletse Esther Mahutla. Nakeni Ngongo. Mushacho Perma Rakabe. Sarah Sengo. Christina Matapelo Sinomadi. Sizophumelela Noxolo Shelembe. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Mapula Baloi. Amina Bibi Beju. Okay. Ilse Bezeidenhout, degree obtained with distinction. Mervyn Noko Bodira, degree obtained with distinction. Juan Bretz. Molochi Beatrice Chauke. Ntamulo Lovedale Chauke, degree obtained with distinction. Nombuso Princess Tili. Jessica Love Kwetzer. Catherine Raisicha Dikhashu, degree obtained with distinction. Tandega Lorraine Dlamini, degree obtained with distinction. Ketiwe Sympathy Lomo. Floris Jacobus Duploy. Mohammed Wajid Fazli, degree obtained with distinction. Pamela Ganyaza. Nolikula Naomi Gubuza. Fatima Ismail, degree obtained with distinction. Zakira Ismail, degree obtained with distinction. Nongeba Victoria January. Nombuso Kabini. Koketso Evans Kekana. Ampiwe Kesa. Zahra Khan, degree obtained with distinction. Gift Koza. Zinhle Khoza. Puleng Nonhlanhla Khumalo. Rose Kilebogile Lehihi. Gaugelo Letlabola. Snekuku Sipesihle Mabaso. Hi. Ntombizodwa Maina Madlala. Penduka. Matsepo Hope Maduna. Siabulela Zelma Mafenuka. Setsabile Mafuleka. Gugulethu Joy Magagula, degree obtained with distinction. Dibusen Esther Magume. Mani Lucy Mashangu. Hi. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, this teacher is troubling me. I can't focus. Anyway. Tisetso Solomon Mahlangu. Forgiveness, Mahlase. Gugu Precious Makwa. Lereng Malomen. Malemone. Retabile Malupe. Petro Given Malumane. Dimakatso Chantel Manaka. Tamsin Jade Mans. Precia Mamorake Maposo. Ashley Mashishi Mashiane. Libohang Leta Mashuluane. Tinigo Flora Masuluke. Malokong Deli Doli Masweneng. Constance Majeke. Jolane Iulane Maupa. Zinhle Thembelihle Mbuyisa. Thandeka Cynthia Mdlalose. Onke Mdlalana. Nothando Mgwenya. Nompumelelo Mkhwanazi, degree obtained with distinction. Nompumelelo Thembelihle Mkhwanazi. Eboxini. Zinhle Esethu Mkhwanazi. Khonsile Georgina Muchosa. Okay. Kamugelo Motsumi, degree obtained with distinction. Kamugelo Pleasant Modiba. Mutlalepule Muela. Klek Mohlala.
Lena Manaka Makonwana. Sekgopotso Benedict Molale. Kensani Muloisani. Kutlwano Mamudisa Penelope Munedi. Itumeleng Princess Moketsane. Maggie Nombako Mutau. Toka Mutau, degree obtained with distinction. Precious Nomvula Mutapo, degree obtained with distinction. Ntabele Mutlou. Miriam Machweni Mutloutsi. Naledi Pebetsi Millicent Mutloutsi. Disabled Jenny Mpate, degree obtained with distinction. Nomsam Tina. Sibusisiwe Msimanga. Lehlohonolo Felicity Msiza. Zinhle Ntobeng Kiasi Mhlongo. Sandile Mthembu. Sandile Mthembu. Yes. Njabela camera. Hlengiwe Mthethwa. Tsegofatso Prudence Mtomboti. Prudence Hlupi Mkwevo, degree obtained with distinction. Doyne Trevor Miller. Mario Mugwambe. Masabata Mieza. Lindo Kutle Msizi. Mamorepe Laki Mchabeleng. Thandeka Ndlala. Khutso Johanna Ndlovu. Bongiwe Antoinette Ndlozi. Mpondo. How do you pronounce her surname? Mandisa Promise Ngavu. Nare Jotli Nkwana. Lunga Wonderboy Nkosi. Nkosi Michael Ntangase. Muteri Nyaredi. Mutewa Nyaredi. Deborah Nyatlo. Zukani Pai. Shoenkanalen Urska Peterson. Wow. Innocentia Patlamutlaka. Manti Tabang Patlamutlake. Ntabise Mpamotse. Zanele Pretty Pungula. Tulisa Taini Pongoma. Tlo Valencia Ramoroka. Ntebale Mposhia Ranama. Lerato Innocent Rapuju Buju. Tisetso Rachel Rasi Bechele, degree obtained with distinction. Sarah Natana Raba Ratlabiana. Mabatu Mina Bayana. Mporo Joshua Sijiso. Ntabiseng Evelyn Siteto. Tibatso Rinki Shai. Njabulo Nsizwa Sibisi. Anele Sivesh Shishuba. Lindo Kuhle Menyaye Hope Sitole. Samantha Somen Ben, degree obtained with distinction. Swart, Simone Swart. Sipesande Tentu. Mapaseka Lina Tabete. Nokutula Julia Tabete. Ali Nompumelelo Tela. Petros Nkoto Tlou. Luisa Piti Tongo. Adelaide Magidi Chakwana. Lionel Ickerman. Danek Ace, degree obtained with distinction. How do you pronounce her surname? Van Biljon. Monique van Biljon. Nikki Dellen van den Berg. Tulani Richard Vilakasi. Come again? Yeah. Zedrai Annemarie Hausen. Lesego Miranda Ramudise. Sinenhlanhla Lungile Dlamini. Asipe Diane. Lindiwe Patricia Ngosi. Sinas Sissy Stewart.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Administration. Junior Silintunkohle Madonna. Sibongile Hope Mahlangu. Tebogo Millicent Gracia Sala. Sitfania Matwane Soratle. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Mukopu Paulina Dlamama. Hemisha Michel Rasoul. Lerato Refile Moahi. Tepo Bunis Mushi.
just get my... Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelors of Accounting Sciences. Sandili Palmer. That right? Ntotelo, I got it right. Sibanda. Thank you. The Makachu Surprise to Bijani.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Stephanie Bryce Hitcher. Onward Maburuse. Beauty Mashikwana. Rinaye Mavungu. Batabile Khumutu Mutwakaye. Patience Tafazwa Nyeperai. Angel Shabangu. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Siboifeng Mutei Dinga. Katekani California Mahunzi, degree obtained with distinction. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Matabo Francina Muhlumanyane. Musa Wenkosi Christopher Twala.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Lihlohonolo Gibson Mashego received the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Rebecca Makoparapo, Guguletu Precious Zwane, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Refilwe Masemola, Rose Mashaba, Reatlaretse Mogale, Mama Hlola Sarah Motshabi, Nolwazi Recent Ndubani, Nikiwe Cynthia Nxumalo, Karabo Vilakazi, Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Mamutloloba Stella Nchabeleng, Okay. Thank you. Jennifer Tshehetso Chilwani. Buntu Stephen Gechekahana. Ntokozo Sonto Gianni. Nokubongwa Precious Langa. Buitumelo Nonzima Makale. Number 12. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate receives the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Sindisiwe Dube.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Mampaki Kedibone Mokwena receives the postgraduate diploma in the College of Law.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Refilwe Mamulukwane Maria Diale. Zwelibanzi Robert Gadunka. Nchuxeko Mabunda. Nkwena Ludwig Masinya. Busisiwe Precious Mkadi. Tando Marubungwane. Rutani Mulauti. Rambau Tuwani Ewat. Mpo Confidence Samboho. Nokutula Ayanda Sihlangu. Lindiwe Petronella Sukazi. Siyabonga Sipesihle Zungu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Given Litole. Mpo, thank you. Mpo Frances Eni Mazibuko. Check the camera. Nkosi Ngiphile Mdleche. Umzile Nzama.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Human Science. Mariette Drusla Cotier. Herbert Tsikani Shongwani. Matlo Defni Matole. Mamidi Mwepe. Okay. Tradasin Kinga. Vicky Sneyman obtains the diploma with distinction. Reni Sipita Chwana.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education. Did you take the photo? Zamakosi Primrose Gazu. Christina Mili Mabahonyana Litole. Fundiswa Mhlomi. Tulakhanyo Machue Hermina Modisane. Okay, Hermina Modisane. Moipone Rose Mokwena. Okay. Megan Demi Perrins. Nobengazi Maria Shongwe.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Science. Daphne Lebohang Manaka. Nomfundo Angeline Ntombentle Masikani.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Kabelo Divonshia Hlako receives the diploma in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Science, Engineering and Technology. Tato Malebo Crystal Muima. Matapelo Michnolia Mpocho.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Mbali Kulu. Cynthia Lebea. Boitumelo Mahlangu. Tapelo Maleka. Makosazana Queeneth Maseko. Ida Mkonza. Matapelo Stefena Molefe. Idumeleng Emily Maloto. Bongiwe Priska Mpeta. Felani Zamani Msibi. Vitivi Ngubeni. Nom Tandozu Cindy Nkabinde. Zintle Nkobile Simelane. Hunset Jabalala. Dimpo Violet Zulu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Puti Melba Khanyago. Boitumelo Michelle Mashaba. Caroline Renelwe Mashapa, diploma obtained with distinction. Is it also? SA2 Mbusi. Mohetwa Trifina Mohlamonyani. Leta Mtsweni. Is it Putu? Okay. Patu Tezo Ndo Henda. Petunia Moya Habo Ntina Mpampa. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Kefilwe Pascalia Mokhatle receives the National Diploma.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Joyce Thandindlela receives a diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences.
Congratulations. I think you can do better than that to congratulate yourself. Yes. Yes. The poet Mary Oliver asked, what is it you plan to do with your one wild, precious life? This next phase that you are stepping into requires careful planning and thinking. Consider writing your autobiography. What would you like to see when you look back at the most defining events along the way? What do you feel you may regret more? What do you want to be remembered for? As you think about your plans and the next steps, perhaps you may consider a few pointers. Believe in yourself. Ask your neighbor, do you believe in yourself? Are you sure? Your words to yourself are very powerful. What you tell yourself is what you are. A colleague here at UNISA, Professor Khumalo, an expert mathematician, shared insights at one of our previous graduation ceremonies, that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So what we hear regularly infuses into our self-talk and can reinforce what we believe about ourselves. So in this next chapter of your life, your career, check your self-talk. Another pointer to consider, create a win-win by learning to identify the 20% that will give you 80% of value. The 80-20 principle comes from Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian engineer and economist. The small things add up. Your qualification enhances your thinking strategies and capabilities. You can solve problems. You can take decisions. If you can be consistent in the small things, you will get the big things right. Solve the small problems. If you can't solve a small problem, you won't be able to solve a big problem. AI and machine learning is demonstrating this principle effectively. Algorithms are being trained to identify the 20% of trends that will produce the 80% of business value. In our AI roadmap here at the university, we're considering how AI helps us with student experience and with driving efficiencies. So we look for those patterns, the 20% that will give us the 80% of value. Algorithms can show tiny adjustments that promote order of magnitude business impact, creating smarter, super, and supra Paretos. So what is stopping you from getting the basics consistently right? So you can use technology to be a more astute leader. Be the person who not only defines value, but can create it. Get things done. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Doing the small things and doing them well creates trust and builds confidence. I encourage my team that we need to show up for you. We enable digitization and digitalization in this university where we are reclaiming and advancing academic, scientific, and innovative futures so you can be here today, at this very moment tonight, celebrating your achievements, being a productive member of our over $373 billion economy. And we do so by getting the small things right. Make sure that you understand the power of diversity and inclusivity. Your voice, your views, they matter, so make them count. Companies want to ensure that people with diverse experiences, backgrounds, and perspectives are regular participants in any and all conversations about projects, from the senior stakeholder to the employees who are designing and executing the work. So as you prepare for the next phase in your studies or your work career, you matter. You belong. So claim your seat at the leadership table. Be a person who listens and communicates very well. This will help you to successfully engage with different people and groups and grow your ability for self-awareness and your capacity to infer how others are thinking and feeling. Being relatable means you are able to interact and enable coordination through communicating information, facilitating the exchange of ideas, building teams, and identifying and solving problems. Here's another pointer to consider. Measure what you do. What gets measured, gets done. Claire Pales, in her book, The Secure CIO, talks about the importance of measuring ourselves to see the impact that we are making. She borrows from Peter Drucker that if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Measure your impact. Lastly, get yourself into a fundamental state of leadership. This is where you express your best self naturally and spontaneously. You break out of your comfort zone to pursue ambitious goals, live your highest values, feel empathy for others, embrace feedback, and learn to adapt. This is the view of Robert E. Quinn, one of the writers for Harvard Business Review. You can also think of this as real-time leadership. In real-time leadership state, you can accomplish and create extraordinary value in business and in life. It is difficult to achieve this state, and you must endeavor to challenge the way that you think, because it can create stumbling blocks for you. How would you go about this? Well, you can start by addressing and overcoming certain misconceptions, like thinking there are no alternatives. You can overcome this by learning to ask yourself and probing questions from others that challenge your inherent biases. You can also stop feeling defeatist. Sometimes we can feel paralyzed by our circumstances, and it makes it hard to lead with vision and courage. We should rather think about, how did we succeed? How did you get here to be sitting here tonight? Think about that. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this problem or situation or challenge? Let's ask for help. Break the problem into smaller pieces. Again, the 20% that gives us the 80%. We could also think about how we invest enough upfront and prepare enough and put effort. Exceptional leadership usually requires upfront preparation that we sometimes tell ourselves we don't have the time to do. We should rather identify talent that we can trust, create enabling processes and procedures that bring predictable results. Let's work on reducing inefficiencies. Confront the conflicts that we have instead of pushing through them, dominating them, or avoiding them. Let's see the need to lead. It is possible to lead, even by doing our own individual work to the best of our ability. When you put your best foot forward and you do the small things well, with consistency, and you show up, you begin to inspire the beneficiaries of your efforts. They're more likely to adopt, use, and appreciate the fruits of your labor, and your peers are more apt to admire and adopt your approaches. So, as you enter your next chapter, believe in yourself. create win-win by learning to identify the 20% that will give you the 80% of value. Make sure you understand the power of diversity and inclusivity. Measure what you do. And get yourself into a fundamental state of leadership. With those words, I wish you congratulations once more, and may you see all the best going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have graduated and you have become part of the UNISA alumni, you are now part of the illustrious Circle of Excellence. Your responsibility is to contribute and help define tomorrow. There are many things that you can do to help shape the future in the service of humanity. You can become an e-tutor. You can continue your lifelong journey with the College of Graduate Studies and produce knowledge that will help societies. Lastly, you can donate to the University of South Africa Bursary Fund by using the online platform www.unisa.ac.za and click on the donate button. As a worthy graduate of this university, we are sure that you realize the value of your diploma or degree and therefore wish to provide other deserving students with an opportunity to study further. Become part of #Circle of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I would like you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 25 of the program, and to please remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve the congregation. You are also requested to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.